What if I told you that sweeping, yes, the simple act of sweeping could determine the flow of your success, peace, and even your destiny? Not because of the broom, but because of the timing. Most people have no idea that certain actions, when done at the wrong moment, don't clean your path, they clog it. And today I'm going to show you why. There are windows in your life when sweeping things away seems right, but it's not. It's in those exact moments when the universe is arranging your breakthrough, and without knowing, you're brushing it away like dust on the floor. Life isn't about reacting to what you see, it's about responding to what's being built in the unseen. When you sweep too soon, too quickly, or too late, you remove more than clutter, you erase clarity, direction, and favor. In every season, timing is everything. You wouldn't plant a seed in the winter and expect a harvest in spring. In the same way, sweeping out your space, your mind, your relationships, or your emotions at the wrong time is like cutting down a tree before it bears fruit. Most people sweep when they should pause. Most people clean when they should be still. What you think is dirt might just be dust from the construction of your new life. Some sweeping is emotional. You try to clear out pain before it's taught you its purpose. You sweep out people before they fulfilled their assignment. You sweep away discomfort before it's revealed its wisdom. Why be so quick to clean what's still cooking? Some things look messy because they're in process, not because they're wrong. Wisdom is knowing when the floor needs cleaning and when the floor needs time. Late at night, when your mind is tired and your spirit is weak, that's not the time to sweep. That's the time to sit still. Because in your weakest moments, the ground beneath you shifts. Your next direction is being whispered, not shouted. If you're too busy cleaning house, you'll miss the instructions. You'll misinterpret transition as trash and throw out the very thing meant to elevate you. Don't sweep when your heart is hurt. That's the hour where clarity hides. You'll confuse people for problems and remove blessings disguised as burdens. The pain wants you to act, but healing asks you to wait. If you sweep during your storm, you'll lose the lessons. And what you lose in lessons, you repeat in seasons. There are divine hours, sacred moments, where doing less is doing more. Where an activity is the highest form of discipline, where you let things settle, where you let emotions breathe, where you stop trying to fix what's not broken, just unfinished. The broom may be in your hand, but wisdom is knowing when to drop it. The urge to clean is often a mask for fear. You're scared of sitting with your thoughts, so you start sweeping your space. You're afraid of failure, so you clear away the small things that make you feel in control. But real growth begins when you stop sweeping and start surrendering. When you stop managing your mess and start mastering your mind. You don't always need a clean floor. Sometimes you need a sacred mess. A room full of reminders of what you've built, what you've lost, and what you're becoming. That chaos around you might not be disorder, it might be design. The construction site of a new version of you. You should never sweep during moments of reflection. That's the hour for listening, not fixing. That's when clarity downloads into your soul. That's when your spirit boots. Don't distract yourself with chores when destiny is speaking. Never sweep during spiritual silence. The moments when nothing makes sense and everything feels paused. That's the sacred hush before transformation. That silence isn't emptiness, it's preparation. If you fill it with noise and movement, you'll never receive what's hidden in the stillness. Even in relationships, timing matters. Some people sweep out others when their bond is being tested, not broken. Tests are not trash. They're trials of value. You must discern the difference between seasonal tension and terminal toxicity. Sweep too early, and you'll miss your miracle. In business and purpose, don't sweep during incubation. Some dreams look dead before they bloom. Some projects look messy before they become masterful. If you clean out the chaos before it speaks, you clean out your calling. Patience is the broom of champions. They don't sweep, they study. They don't panic, they prepare. This message is not about fear, it's about timing. Knowing that every moment doesn't require movement. Every thought doesn't need a reaction. And every mess doesn't need a broom. Some moments need trust. Trust that what feels chaotic may be divine. Trust that what looks cluttered may be critical. Trust that your timing is the true key to transformation. The most successful people didn't just know what to do. They knew what not to. They didn't sweep just because things looked dirty. They knew that dust settles, but destiny stirs. And sometimes stillness is more powerful than strategy. So today, before you reach for the broom, pause, breathe, Ask yourself, is this the right time? Or am I about to sweep away something sacred? Because there's a time to clean, and there's a time to let life complete its masterpiece. And your job is to know the difference. Sweeping at the wrong time isn't just an act of tidying, it can be an act of sabotage disguised as order. You may think you're removing what no longer belongs, but sometimes you're actually erasing the exact pieces meant to complete the puzzle. Timing is not about the clock, it's about alignment. When you act without spiritual prompting, you disrupt divine momentum. The clutter you see might be the residue of something sacred forming in silence. By brushing it away, you dismiss destiny before it has matured. Most people don't lose their breakthrough because they lose it because they couldn't recognize it under the disguise of dust. That dust could be traces of purpose, broken pieces becoming beautiful. But in haste, you treat divine fragments like garbage. You sweep away the unfinished instead of understanding it. Wisdom is about learning to pause when every instinct says move. Not every urge is truth. Some are traps. What you think is clarity may be fear in disguise. Brooms are easy to hold, but discernment is heavier. And without it, every act of cleaning becomes an act of deletion. Let the ground stay messy a little longer if the mess is sacred. When you look around and see disorder, your instinct might say, clean it up. But not every chaotic space is collapsing, some are constructing. Life is constantly building behind the curtain of confusion. Blueprints aren't always obvious. And what seems like misplacement could be intentional design. The presence of disorder doesn't mean something is wrong. It might mean something is rising. When you interrupt that by sweeping, you delay your own blessing. Imagine brushing away the foundation before the walls even form. You remove the raw materials of transformation simply because they look out of place. What looks like a mess might be a message. What feels like an obstacle could be the outline of your elevation. Don't cancel the process because it lacks polish. Every masterpiece starts with chaos. Every seed sprouts in dirt. Stop judging your becoming by appearances. The right moment to act is not when you're uncomfortable, it's when you're instructed. Premature reactions kill potential. Real maturity, maturing the disorder, breathe. It will shape you if you let it, but it can't help you if you sweep it away too soon. Fear has a way of dressing up like control. You feel something uncertain rising, so you grab the broom not because you're ready, but because you're scared. You clean when you should be learning. You purge when you should be preparing. Fear convinces you that motion equals progress, but it's not. Not all movement is momentum, is panic. You may sweep just to distract yourself from what you don't want to face, but removing the symptoms doesn't remove the root. True healing takes place in stillness, not in anxious activity. The urge to fix everything isn't noble if it's driven by fear. Real courage sits with discomfort. It faces the storm without pretending it's dust. When you act from fear, you destroy more than you protect. You clear the surface but damage the soil. What grows from fear never lasts. So don't let fear hand you the broom. Let truth guide your timing. Action without peace is erosion in disguise. If you want something lasting, wait for the fear to settle and then move. There are moments in your life when stillness is louder than noise. When the most powerful thing you can do is not do. Sweeping may feel productive, but sometimes it's an escape from what actually needs your presence. Some problems don't require solutions, they require silence. Not every challenge needs action. Not every discomfort needs adjustment. When your soul is whispering, but your hands are busy, you miss the message. The floor might be dirty, but your spirit might be sacred. You don't always need to wipe away the dust. Sometimes you need to kneel on it, to feel the ground, to breathe with it. Stillness sharpens insight. Motion without wisdom is chaos in disguise. A clean room with a clouded heart are not success. Stillness teaches you to listen to life, to purpose, to the rhythm of your calling. Let the broom rest. Let the mess speak. There's magic in the pause that no amount of sweeping can replace. Don't sacrifice soul for surface. The human heart makes mistakes when it's in pain. You try to erase the ache by sweeping things away. You remove people, emotions, thoughts, believing that clearing them out will cleanse you. But pain isn't something to clean up. It's something to sit with, something to learn from. When you sweep in pain, you confuse wounds with waste. You throw out healing processes because they feel heavy. But transformation is never light, it has weight. The weight of truth, of change, of revelation. Don't mistake discomfort for danger. The moment you're hurting may be the exact moment growth is sprouting underground. Don't sweep away your next level in an attempt to numb the current one. Real wisdom is patient with pain. It listens to it. It asks it what it's teaching. Let pain pass through before you start sweeping. Otherwise, you remove the gift with the grief. The heart doesn't need a broom, it needs understanding. When something feels out of place, the urge to act can be overwhelming. You want order. You want peace, so you sweep. But not everything that looks out of place is out of purpose. The soul understands timing differently than the eyes do. What looks like chaos may be divine choreography in disguise. Your spirit may be growing in ways that haven't revealed themselves yet. And in that growing, things shift. Things look strange. But they are not mistakes. Don't clean away the proof of your transformation. There's a sacred timing for every move. A sacred rhythm for every decision. Sweeping too soon is like walking away from a painting after the first brushstroke. You don't know what's forming yet. Give it time. Wait. Be still until the truth reveals itself. Movement without insight is erosion. Movement with clarity is transformation. Wait for clarity. The silence between moments is often the most divine part. In that silence, you receive what can't be taught, only revealed. But most people can't sit in that stillness. They sweep to fill the void. They clean to escape the quiet. But the quiet is sacred. That's where purpose breathes. That's where vision is born. Don't drown it with noise or busyness. Let silence shape you. Let it whisper your next step. Because when the world is silent, your soul speaks loudest. If you're too busy cleaning up the silence, you'll never hear your calling. Silence is not absence, it's alignment. What looks like a pause may be your preparation. What feels like emptiness is often fullness forming in secret. Don't break the silence with the broom. Let it finish its sentence. Some discomforts are not meant to be swept away. They are meant to sit with you until you see the lesson. You can't hurry what's meant to teach you. You can't clean what's still forming. There's a divine discomfort that precedes all breakthroughs. It doesn't mean something is wrong. It means something is near. When you sweep during discomfort, you deny yourself the wisdom it carries. It's like throwing away the seed because the dirt feels cold. Wait. Let discomfort unfold. It will pass, but not without gifting you something first. And that gift is worth the mess. You might think the dust around you is left over from failure, but it might be the evidence of transformation. What looks like a mess might be momentum in disguise. Don't rush to sweep it. Study it. That dust could be remnants of battles won, of chains broken, of identities rebuilt. Some of your greatest changes won't look clean in the beginning. They'll look scattered. They'll look chaotic, but they're forming a masterpiece. And if you clean it up too early, you erase the history that built you. Let the dust settle. Then decide what to do with it. But don't sweep away your progress just because it doesn't sparkle yet. The broom may be light, but the decision to use it should be heavy with thought. You don't need to respond to every mess. You don't need to react to every discomfort. Wisdom means pausing before movement. Discernment is the true tool of change, not action alone. Wait for the nudge. Wait for the signal. Don't confuse impulse with inspiration. The world will pressure you to act now, to clean now, to move now. But your spirit knows better. It moves in rhythm with purpose, not panic. Lay the broom down until that rhythm is clear. Let your choices be led by timing, not turmoil. Let peace be the permission you wait for. A space that appears messy may carry a deeper meaning than what the eyes can detect. Disorder does not always signal something is broken. It can also mean something powerful is unfolding. Often the chaos around you mirrors the transformation within you. If you judge tune, you'll misinterpret divine design as dysfunction. The things scattered on your floor might be signs of momentum, not mess. What seems displaced may actually be preparation in motion. The soil is never clean when something is growing, it's always disturbed. And your life too may feel shaken because it's in bloom. Don't be quick to remove what feels uncomfortable. Sometimes the scattered pieces are the very fragments assembling your future. Life doesn't evolve in silence and symmetry. It rises through sacred disarray. That clutter may be your calling taking form. Let the environment look unmade for a moment longer. Don't force neatness where there should be nurturing. Trust that not all messes are meant to be clean. Some are meant to be honored. There are moments when silence speaks volumes, when doing nothing is the bravest act. These are the sacred pauses where insight whispers and presence grows. In those moments, reaching for the broom would only create noise. Silence is not an empty space, it's a vessel of revelation. When you fill it with motion, you block the download of wisdom. The world will push you to act, to fix, to clean, but wisdom invites you to wait. It tells you that some answers don't come while sweeping, they come while still. Your greatest clarity often arrives not in movement, but in listening. When everything outside is urging a reaction, your inner world may be calling for rest. Don't confuse pressure with purpose. Let the moment breathe. Let the silence echo into your spirit. And you'll find that what you sought in action was always hidden in stillness. Resist the need to clean when the soul is speaking. Every storm in life has a message wrapped in its discomfort. And pain, though unpleasant, is often the language of deep transformation. When you sweep during sorrow, you don't just remove the feeling, you remove the revelation it carries. You want to be free of the ache, but the ache is the teacher. It tells you what mattered. It points to what you need to release and what you're meant to embrace. The pain doesn't need to be swept, it needs to be understood. Sit with it. Listen to it. Let it finish its sentence before you erase it. If you sweep too soon, you will heal with holes. You'll walk into new seasons without the strength of your scars. And what you don't face, you'll repeat. Let your pain pass through you fully. Let it reshape your values, your voice, your vision. Then and only then decide what to clean. Not every tear needs to be wiped immediately. Some are sacred. Transitions can be deceptive. They often appear as endings, as breakdowns, as chaos that calls for cleanup. But not every shift requires sweeping. Some require staying still, staying aware, staying sensitive. When you act too quickly in a transition, you risk discarding what's still rearranging itself for your good. You may label something a mistake that's actually a masterpiece in motion. The unfamiliarity of a transition can make you crave control, so you sweep. But sweeping is not control, it's resistance. And resistance stalls renewal. Let the unknown stretch you. Let it feel strange. Let the unfamiliar breathe. Don't rush to fix a life that's only shifting. Transitions are bridges, not final destinations. Walk slowly. Look around. You might find new strength in places you once called mess. The broom is not always your answer. Sometimes it's your barrier. It is a quiet kind of wisdom to know that mastery comes not from constant movement, but from intentional restraint. The urge to act, to fix, to sweep, especially in discomfort, is powerful. But real mastery is the ability to pause, to let things play out, to let wisdom bloom without interference. The most successful minds aren't the busiest, they are the most discerning. They don't confuse urgency with importance. They wait, they watch. They calculate timing like farmers waiting for harvest. Because one wrong move at the wrong hour can cost a season of growth. They don't sweep away tension, they study it. They don't escape the noise, they listen through it. Mastery means allowing the process to unfold even when you don't fully understand it. Because the highest form of control is trust. And the deepest strength is surrender. You may think the mess you see is failure, that the pieces scattered around your life mean something is broken. But often it's the exact opposite. What you're seeing isn't the ruin of something, it's the rebuilding. The dust in the air, the fragments on the floor, they are not evidence of defeat, but of divine disruption. Something is being rearranged. Those structures are being torn down to make room for truth. And it's messy. That's okay. Don't be so quick to clean it up. Don't reach for the broom the moment you feel uneasy. Some seasons are meant to stay disordered until the foundation beneath you is renewed. The discomfort is not a sign of wrongness, it's a sign of right timing. You are being moved, stretched, evolved. Wait for the dust to settle before deciding what should stay. What feels like chaos may actually be alignment, shaking loose the unnecessary. Let it fall. Let it scatter. And then let what remains rebuild you.